Hello everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks very much for joining me. Today I'm doing the assembly tutorial for the house tissue box cover. This project has been designed by Nicole Silhouette here on YouTube, and I shall link her YouTube channel in the description box below. The house tissue box cover is available as a die cutting set from the KS Craft Lovers store, and it's also available as a digital cutting file in Nicole's Etsy store, and I shall link both of those in the description box below. For today's tutorial I am using the digital cutting file. So we'll get started. I have all my pieces cut out and I shall go through them with you now. To begin with, we have these two pieces here, and they make up the front and the back of the house. And then we have the side wall pieces, and there are two of those, and they get attached to each side of the front and back. Next we'll move on to the pieces that make up the roof, and that's two pieces. One piece that has a rectangle cut out, which will be for the chimney, and another plain piece, and they get attached to each other like so to make the roof. If you buy the digital cutting file, you'll get both the pieces for the roof. However, if you buy the die cutting set, you will only get the piece that cuts this, the piece with the hole for the chimney. And when Nicole designed this die set, which was a while ago now, she wanted to keep the costs down for the die set, and having an extra piece this size would be an extra cost, so she wanted to keep the cost down for the die set. So you can cut a piece from cardstock at 12.5 centimeters, which is 4 7/8 of an inch, by 11 centimeters, which is 4 1/4 inches, and that will give you the size piece if you have the die set to make the other side of the roof, if you did not want to cut two pieces with a hole, which you could easily cover up, but then I'm giving you the two options, so it's up to you what you want to do. I just thought I would give you both options. And then we have the chimney, and you can see there where I've gone ahead and put double-sided tape on the glue tabs, as I'm indicating here. And the chimney will go together like so, and the glue tabs there will fold up. And we'll talk a bit more about how to put the chimney into the roof a little bit later on. So we'll get started now and put our tissue box house cover together. And I've got the front or the back, it doesn't matter, and one of the side pieces, and I'm just joining them to each other, as you can see me doing here. Making sure I give it a good burnish, and then I'm going to put the other side on and attach that to the other side of the front or the back. Just taking care here to line it up and be as precise as I can before pressing it into place. So now you can see we've got either the front or the back, and we've got our two sides, and now we're going to join the other end on, either the front or the back. Just taking care to line it up before pressing it into place. Then I'm going to turn it over, fold one side in, and then fold the other wall side to attach to either the front or the back. Just keeping everything flat just makes it easier. Then once we open it up, you can see that our house tissue box cover is starting to take shape, and we just have to work on the roof. So I've got the pieces here for the roof, and I'm using the digital cutting file today, so I have both the pieces. But if you are using the die cutting set, you would have a couple of choices. You can cut that piece with the hole twice and cover the hole with a decorative layer, or you can get a piece like I'm showing here and cut it to size, which is 12.5 centimeters, 4 7/8 of an inch, by 11 centimeters, 4 1/4 inch, and then you would have your piece to join to the piece with the hole. The choice is yours. As I said, Nicole made that die cutting set a long time ago, and at the time she wanted to keep the price affordable, and that was her thinking at that time. But it is just as easy just to create your own piece with the measurements that I talked about, but it's entirely up to you. So I have the chimney here, and I'm just removing the backing of that glue tab on the end and joining the shape together like so. And I'm just going to push those glue tabs up, and then the chimney will be inserted from the underneath side of the roof into that rectangle hole, as I'm showing here. And then you'll turn it over to take the backings off those glue tabs to affix those glue tabs to the underneath side of the roof, and that way you won't be able to see them. So I'm just working my way around there, just removing the backings and sticking those glue tabs into place. And there's only really one way to get this chimney in place. If you put it in the wrong way, you'll definitely see straight away that it's not right. So that's our chimney in the roof. So it's time now to attach the roof to the house. I'm just making sure I've got a fit here. So I'm just going to squash the house down flat. I shouldn't say squash, I'll fold it down flat. And I'm just going to attach one side of the roof first, just to make it easier for me. Just taking care to line it up and be as precise as I can before pressing it down. Then I'm going to open the house up, unfold it, and take the backing off the opposite side and put that piece into place. Sorry for all the turning and twisting, I'm just trying to get it so that you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to press it down from the inside as well. I'm just leaving the two side walls for the moment. We'll attach those a bit later. We'll just work on doing these end pieces and attaching the roof. So just taking the backings off and putting the roof in place. Now the roof does not have any overhang on the front or the back. It only has overhang on the side walls. So I'm just pressing that into place and our roof is nearly on. So we've still got the side pieces here to attach, but it's easier to do that from the inside. You could leave it if you wanted, but I would rather it all stuck down. So I've just pulled that tab forward a bit on the inside, and then I'll get my pokey tool and take the backing off the adhesive, as you can see me doing here, and then press that glue tab against the roof on the inside edge. And that will attach the roof to the side walls as well. Like I said, you could leave that and not adhere it if you didn't want to, but I would like to make sure that the roof is on securely. So just pressing that down on the other side, and you can see that the roof is attached now on the side walls, and the side walls is the only place where the roof overhangs. So that's the house pretty well constructed, the main pieces. The other pieces to go on this house are the decorative pieces, and there are some decorative pieces that go near the roof, and I'll talk about those now. So we have these pieces here, these triangular shapes, and you can cut however many of these that you'd like for your house. You can cut several of this other piece here and layer that on the top or the bottom. It's up to you, just to give dimension. It's entirely up to you how you want to do that. I've cut these from the white that I made the main part of the house, but I ended up changing it and cutting them from purple to match in with my designer paper. So that's those pieces. So I have some of the decorative panels here. I don't have them all. I have the panels for the front, back, sides and the roof as I'm showing here. And I used some cute gingerbread paper. And then I'm also showing here that I ended up cutting out those triangular pieces from this purple cardstock. So I've got the house here, and I'm going to stick these decorative panels in place. As I said, with the decorative panels, I only have the front, back, side walls and the roof panels here on the tutorial. Once I had these in place, I did actually stop filming and worked on the final decorations of my gingerbread house tissue box cover. So I'm sorry I don't have me putting those on the house filmed. But all of those other decorative pieces are included in the die set and the digital cutting file. The papers I'm using here are from Graphic 45, and I've had them in my stash for ages, years and years actually. So I wouldn't be sure if this was still available or not. But you could decorate your house tissue box cover in any style that you like. You could do Christmas, you could do birthday, you could use any sort of papers you wanted, even masculine papers. The metal look or the wood look would look fantastic on this house too. So here's my finished tissue box cover in my gingerbread house style. And you can see where I've put my bits and pieces to finish it off. And I do need to tell you that the fence is not a part of the digital cutting file, and it is not a part of the cutting die set. It is something that I had separate in my stash that I used, and you could use any fence that you like. This fence is a part of one of Nicole's die sets, but I don't think it's available anymore. So you can also see on my chimney here, I've used an embossing folder on the panels to give a brick look, and that really adds to the look of the house as well. I also fussy cut a couple of the gingerbread people from the paper and had them peeking out the windows and one standing by the door. For the inside of the tissue box cover, I did cut the decorative panels again from the white paper and glued them on the inside just to give the side walls of the house a little bit of extra strength. So I have here my tissue box, my box of tissues. It's a Kleenex brand and it's the square box, and you can see that that fits nicely over the top, and the tissues will come out the top of the chimney like smoke from the house. And you could fluff around and arrange your tissue that comes out any way that you like and have your smoke look really billowy. And here's a look from the front. And I think that looks really effective with the tissue coming out the top of the chimney like smoke. Just give you a further out view there. And that's a really nice way to cover up your tissue box. And you could do this to match your decor at home, as I said. So that's my tutorial finished for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching and that you feel inspired to make a tissue box cover for your square boxes of tissues. They're not that terribly difficult to make. Don't forget to check the description box down below for the links that I have previously mentioned. And if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would really love that too. Thanks very much for watching today. Have a great day, and until next time, it's bye for now.